Hi, you guys. Welcome to a new episode of Too Much with Shey
and Becca. Hey, y'all. How are you doing on this beautiful day, evening, morning, whatever time you watch us at? I hope the day going good for y'all. And if it's not doing good for y'all, I hope y'all watch us and you're like, wow, these girls put a smile on my face, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to be of service to you.
Right, exactly that. Happy Friday, you guys. We hope you're enjoying the weather. I don't know, depending where you are, the weather may vary. It's been kind of like gloomy and cloudy here.
You
Well, I
wouldn't
mean,
know.
right, I
You
was just gonna say,
wouldn't
but
know.
when I just got here. But yesterday, I came in Wednesday night and Thursday was kind of like gloomy a little bit. But
It
anyways,
was
I'm
like
happy.
really windy for sure.
But it's summer is approaching, so I'm super excited. Gemini season is on the horizon.
Gemini season is already here. That's how I
Oh,
know
it's
you don't
already
know.
here. I don't know. I'm not a Gemini.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
shout out to all my Geminis out there. I know you guys get a bad rep. Some of it is warranted, some of it is not. Okay. But shout out to them. Shout out to Rebecca.
The shade is crazy. Yes, y'all. I'm your resident Gemini. And I know people be like, before we get into our weekly rundown, also, welcome to all the new subscribers. How are y'all? Thank y'all so much for subscribing. We appreciate y'all. Also, congratulations to us, Shayla. We made it to episode 90.
That is insane.
Like,
90 episodes.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, Shayla. Raw and candid. That's
Yeah,
how
you
we do
keep
it.
saying you didn't think we was gonna
I didn't
last.
think we was gonna make it to 30. I'm like, the day we make it to 100, I'm telling y'all, I might cry, because y'all don't understand. Me and Shayla put so much effort into this. Like, nights where we don't sleep, mornings where we're stressed. Like, and the fact that we're about to make it to 100, Shayla, love you down, girl. I love you down.
Me too. I have this like very problematic, toxic thinking that it's like, we always want more, and it's like 90 episodes and we are almost approaching five. How many subscribers we have?
We're at
Do we have
550. You know one thing about it, I'm gonna memorize.
We're almost approaching 600. So it's like I'm trying to look at the bright side. I appreciate all 560 of y'all. Shout out to you guys
50,
for supporting.
50. Where the 60?
Well, speaking it into existence.
I like that.
560 of you guys, we truly do appreciate it, because as Rebecca mentioned, I know it just seems like we just turn on a camera and go, but this is on top of our 9 to 5 and life. And, we try very, very hard to stay consistent. And I want to give a big, big shout out to Rebecca, because she held down the fort as I was in Arizona for my trip, because even if we want to go on vacation, we want to do this, but I try, and I know Rebecca does too. She was like, don't edit social clips, but I still edited social clips because
now,
it's
I'm not gonna
okay.
lie to you, Shayla, you helped out so much, because this week was boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it's a lot of responsibility. You know what I mean? Like, even once we record, then we have to edit. And like, I don't want to bore you out with none of that, because we chose to do this. We love it. We enjoy it. But yeah, shout out to us. I cannot believe 90 episodes. But then again, I can't believe, because we just chop it up and talk all the time. But yeah, now let's get into our weekly rundown.
Yes, let's do that.
What's happening?
Hey, do you want to go first? I haven't talked to you in like a week.
Yes. So if you are a reoccurring viewer, then you guys know I talked about how I was going to go to Arizona. If you're not, hey, welcome. I just came back from Arizona. And I know it's like, girl, one thing about me, I am very much if a beach is not involved, I don't want to go there. But somehow, some way, like I was seeing a lot of Arizona photos online. And also when I went to the gym, they have like this little screen. It popped up like a travel, some sort of ad. And the ad got me. I'm like, oh my God, that's so nice. Yada, yada, yada. So anyways, fast forward, we went to Arizona and it was super, super nice. I feel like this is the first trip where I actually did a whole lot of activities. Oftentimes I do like to travel and we do stuff, but it's not like big activities. It was a lot of exploring and doing things that I've never done before, like pumping gas for the first time ever, you guys. I feel like I've unlocked a new level of being an adult. Oh my God.
Wow, you really, the masculine energy is coming through
Is
full
that
time.
masculine? Pumping gas?
I don't know. Like, to me, in my head, I'm like, this acrylic set cannot grip onto a nozzle. I'm like, in my head, it just, and maybe it's because I've just lived in Jersey my whole life that this is like a foreign concept. Like, the amount of people who are like my cousins in Pennsylvania and stuff, they're like, yo, like, y'all really don't pump gas. They're like, y'all so lazy. I said, be that as it may, I'll be lazy. I don't care.
I mean, I just feel like it's not our fault. And as you can imagine, I was being very dramatic because I don't know. I've never done it before. And yeah, I'm gonna drop that video. Follow me on Instagram, _of my first time pumping gas. I know for a lot of you guys, like, you're doing a lot, but like Rebecca mentioned, we don't pump gas in Jersey. I'm not bougie at all, but I guess that's the one bougie character trait that I don't pump gas, but it's not really my fault. It is what it is. So, anyways, the first day we went to the botanical gardens and it was so hot. Rebecca would have hated it. The friends that I went in with, Carly and Brenda, we went in and like maybe 10 steps in, they're like, oh, let's actually go to the gift shop. Like, Brenda was not feeling it and she stayed in the gift shop or whatever because it was hot. Mind you, my friend Carly, she was like, oh, I'm gonna buy this portable fan because it has a cooling mechanism. Child, it is so hot in Arizona. The cooling mechanism has yet to be found. When it is so hot, it's like it's blowing the hot air towards your face. No fan had a chance in that heat. But it was super nice. It was full of cactuses. And as you can imagine, like, it was hot as heck. But I love the heat. And then the second day, we went to the Antelope Canyon, which was to Page, Arizona. I drove for like 4 hours plus. It was a whole lot of driving, child. But we got it done because Arizona is big. Can you imagine? We landed in Phoenix, Arizona. Then we drove to Page, Arizona, which where the Antelope Canyons were. Let me show you. And this is like a little photo. It was so, to the left was the Antelope Canyons. And then to the right, that's the I think it's called like the Horseshoe or something like that. And we had to drive 3 more hours to get to the spot to the right. But overall, it was a great trip. We also went I think it's like ATV riding, which was super fun. I felt like I was in Dubai. No, you know what I mean? You see like the Dubai photos and videos where people are in the camels and all of that. I'm like, girl, I'm gonna tell my kids I was in Dubai. If I don't get the coins, I'm gonna show them and be like, oh, look, this is mommy in Dubai. But anyways, it was super fun. And I'm excited that I went. It fulfilled all the dreams that I had.
What do
Look
you
at
rate
this
this
also.
trip?
This is like the sunset. This was at the Grand Canyon.
Shayla, you know that the whole time you're talking, because the video has sound, they did not hear you,
Oh,
right?
they didn't hear what I said? Oh, I was just saying that in the video, if you go back, you can see like a person that's right on the edge of a rock. And I'm like, the wind was winding, and people are so bold. They tell you, like, don't get on the edge, don't climb, don't do this. But you know, people do not listen. The people were like, actually, yes, I do want to climb. And they were just doing the most. Me, I said, no, thank you. I will be as far as I can. I need all the rails, all the shebangs. But overall, Arizona was great. That was my week. You're on mute now.
Oh, I said, I was like, I'm terrified of heights. I would have panicked.
No, definitely. There were some spots that it's like, why would you do that to yourself? Like,
Even when me and Shayla went to Barclays Center where we went for the wild wave, Shayla was like, don't look, like, I was shaking.
Girl. And that had nothing towards, like, that did not compare for all of these. Like, the Antelope Canyon was good because we was like under, you know what I mean? But even to get there, it was real steep. They had stairs. Had an option, like, if you just want to go solo dolo with the sand or the stairs. I said, I will stay with the stairs. Thank you so very much. We had some good food. A lot of the food was kind of like mid. We had a lot of Mexican food. Not that Mexican food is mid. It's just like we have that here as well. It wasn't anything that I was like, oh my God, the best food in my life. But yeah, I'm super happy that I did it and it met all of my expectations. I think Rebecca would have enjoyed it? I think she would have enjoyed the photos that would come from it, but she doesn't like the heat, and it's a whole lot of heat. It was a whole lot of walking, and I don't think you would have enjoyed it. The
I would have
activities,
complained.
if they would just like pop you in for the activities and photo op and then pop you out, I think you would enjoy it.
Honestly, and I love ATVing. So like that
Yeah,
might
that
have
is
been the
fun.
only thing that would have got me going for real. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a scenery girl. Like looking at the sunset, looking at rocks and canyons is just not it. I'm just not that girl.
I'm not moved. And also like the stars were like super
Mm.
cute. You're unmoved. I know you're not. This not the trip for you, but I
But
enjoyed it.
I'm glad you have fun. I saw all the photos you were posting. I was like, wow, Shayla was having the time of her life, and I was dang near about to combust with stress. But it's okay. What do you rate the trip? Like 1 out of 10.
I think it was the only thing that brings it down was the food and the driving. So I would
Mm.
give it a solid 8.
Do you feel like if you ever went back, you would stay closer to the activities that you guys
I
were
would
doing?
never go back.
Oh,
But you know what I mean? It was like a once in a lifetime thing. Like that was I got the whole world to visit. What am I gonna go back for?
yo, I was not
What do you
expecting that
what would I go
response.
back for? I saw all the touristy spots. The only thing I would go back for, Arizona is also known for like hot air balloons, and we didn't do that. But
Mm.
like I'm sure I could do hot air balloon in another
You could do that in
country.
Jersey,
Well,
Meadowlands.
yeah, I'm sure we can, but it's not like the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would just hot air balloon in another state or country.
Well, I love that you have fun. What's it called? I hope that person who had commented that this person had commented that Shayla needs someone who's gonna uplift her and be more positive because we were talking about Arizona a few episodes
Oh,
ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I said, okay, I'll make sure to pass that along to Shayla. So Shayla, hopefully that girl don't get mad when you say you not going.
What do you mean? I didn't mean it in a bad way. It's just, once you visit somewhere, I have so many other countries. Like on our way back, we met this lady. She was like much older in the airplane, and she was just telling us like all the places that she visited. She went on a 30-day cruise, which is insanity, honey. No, thank you. But like she's trapped. She was on her way. She retired in Arizona, right? So she was coming from Arizona to Newark. And then from there, she was headed to South Africa, which was like another 15-hour flight. So it's like, when you put into perspective, she was saying she'd been to Portugal and all of the Caribbean islands and all of these things. And it's like, I got a whole lot of other places to visit. Why would I spend the check to go back somewhere that I've already been? Not meaning in a derogatory way, like it was trash. It was super fun, but
Yeah.
I got other places to be.
Yeah,
And
no,
now
but I'm
it's
glad you have fun. I wish you had cracked the egg on the sidewalk. I saw somebody do that once on TikTok to show how hot it was.
I mean, the first day when we arrived at Phoenix, Arizona, I think the egg would have been fried in the botanical garden shot. It was a hat. And that's coming from me. I liked it, but I know Rebecca would be like, you know what? I'm staying in the car. Thank you very much. Also, it was my first time driving a rented vehicle, and that had me also with a headache because if anything goes left, baby, my car was on the line. You know what I mean? But thankfully everything went smooth, and now all eyes are on our Chicago trip, so that should be fun.
Girl, I'm stressed already. But
About
yes,
what?
girl, we'll get into that after the show, logistics, right? But
Okay.
yes, in terms of my week, I didn't have Shayla to talk to. So, I felt just a little bit, thrown to the side like a discarded ugly
Oh my
stepchild.
god.
I was just like, oh, Shayla
For
just
what it's
don't.
worth, Rebecca is the only person I got a souvenir for. Because if you guys know, I think souvenirs for state trips is crazy. But Rebecca, she held it down and she deserved the souvenir. So we got her
You got me a
something.
souvenir for doing what I'm supposed to do. I mean, I appreciate it. I love
Well,
it.
no, but I appreciate it. I'm grateful for you, and also because you supported us. Anyways, your week.
Yes, yes. My week was, I felt like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. It didn't feel like we recorded last week. I feel like 3 weeks had went by in the span of a week because I was just like boom, 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 boom. Like every day was something. And which kind of leads me to my next point. I think it's just so easy to find incompetent people who lack common sense and don't have true work ethic than it is to find people who can actually do a like proper and effective work. Like it's so easy to find incompetent people. It makes no sense to me. Like I feel like at this point during job interviews, we got to start asking people like, if Johnny had 3 apples and you ate 2, how many do you have left? Like that's what I feel like it's gotten to, because it's just like literally in the span of one day, I was fixing so many mistakes that weren't even of my own making, and common sense would have fixed a lot of the situations, right? Obviously, if you want, like Shayla said, go follow her on Instagram, but also follow me on Instagram. I dropped some, a really cool interview, and that's out there. You'll see when you see. Not gonna put the info out. But that whole story, Shayla, when we get off, I can't wait to tell you everything from beginning to end, because we don't got time for it. And I'm going to have to call a few people out. But Shayla, when I tell you, your mouth is going to be on the floor the entire time. Like, it's just, like, I hate people. Like,
I can't wait.
But yeah, like it's been good. Life has been moving. I've been putting myself in different predicaments. I went to Pilates on Sunday, and I thought Pilates was going to calm me down and calm my nerves. Literally, all it did was make me go to sleep. And I'm like, if I wake up still annoyed, I gotta say something. And I didn't have Shayla here to sit here, because I'm a firm believer when people are on vacation, I'm not bothering you. Like, I don't care. I have to be, it has to be drastic. I was like, I'm not bothering Shayla. So I had to take things into my own words and my own phrases, because because I thought about Shayla, I did not give another response to said individual, because nothing I was going to say was going to be nice, right? But
I'm proud of you for that.
Life has been moving. We have a lot of things to check off on the list. Like we mentioned, we're in Gemini season, where we act up for all the right reasons. June 18, here I come. Chicago, here I come. We are outside, baby. I know Geminis get a bad rep. Oh, we're two-faced, we're this, we're that. Honestly, if you can't handle a Gemini, just say that. Like, that's really my reaction to it. Like, listen, we are great people in my eyes. Not all of us fall under the same category. I can't speak for one Gemini. All I can speak for is this Gemini, and my mama also is a Gemini. Shout out to her. Her birthday.
But to be fair, I feel like your mom Gemini is very different than you Gemini.
You think?
Shout out to Rebecca's mom. Hey.
And Amani's a Gemini. Amani's birthday is June 4th. Yeah. So it's like
Gemini kind of makes Gemini and Amani. Amani is also a different Gemini. It's very interesting. But also, I feel like, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna the story of our lives. I feel like also I'm a very different Pisces than what what people say a Pisces is. Yes, I'm emotional, but I'm not. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not like the poster person for Pisces. I think I definitely got something else in me. In the rising, what are the things? There's like
it's different. Like rising, your ascending. I think your ascending is your rising. Like your moon sign and stuff like that.
The astrology people are trembling right now. The rising, the rising.
But that's why I said, like, when it comes to zodiac signs, like, I think it's cool, like a cool conversation sometimes. But when people dictate that for how they are, I think, yes, even though I'm a Gemini, what makes me different from, like, let's say Amani is life experiences. Like, the way Amani was growing up was more similar to me. But now that she's older, like, we're kind of reversed, So it's just like, I just feel like life experiences and things like that have a lot to do with things. But at my core, I will say there are two sides to me. It's not like a two-faced side, because I'm real blunt. Like, I say what I said, and I said it. You got a problem with it? Talk to your mama, not me, right? But like, I think when people get that idea of like, oh, they're two-sided, they get it misconstrued because we're the twin sign. I feel like our switch up is very quick and very evident. Like, if me and Shayla could be good today, but if Shayla makes me mad right now, my switch up is immediate. It's like, no. But yeah, shout out to all the Geminis. I love us down. And if you hating on us, you just aren't us. That's literally it. But we have news to get into.
Yes. So if you are new, we do like to talk about news. If I think mainly me, but Rebecca is a supportive friend. And I think you should also keep up with the news and what's happening around the world. But if you don't care about it, listen, we don't peer pressure anyone to do what they don't want to do. So just scroll on over, fast forward to our social corner or sports corner. We have a little bit of something for everybody. So on the news front, a whole lot has been happening. And yes, if you're wondering, oh, Shayla, did you keep up with the news while on vacation? I did a little bit because I still come naturally to me. You know, while I'm on Twitter, I just follow a lot of news people and they just keep me posted. So yes, there's still an ongoing war in case you didn't know, but we're not gonna get into that because a lot of things have not changed. It's the same thing. Trump says we've made strides and we're coming up to an agreement, and then baby, the agreement still has not been met, right? So that still continues to be a back and forth type of situation. We've discussed the importance of voting and the Supreme Court decision and how that may have a long-term effect on how minorities are represented when it comes to districting maps, and just a whole lot of things are still ongoing. But the main thing that I want to focus on today for our news corner, because it seems like a lot of our people care about this. They love the FIFA when we talk about the FIFA World Cup and the ticketing prices and NJ Transit. And guess what? Things are still moving on that front. And I think it's actually ridiculous because before I break down the major news situation that happened this week, I'm like, the games start June 11th. So I'm like, I don't know what timeline y'all running on, but it's way too late now this should have been things that you should have been done. It's June,
Yeah.
basically.
Before you go, I just want to say, like, I don't know what I just feel like. I feel like the host states and FIFA, I feel like they forgot that this is actually happening. Like, I don't know, just the way that they're moving. Like, and granted, I know, like, I'm not gonna put all the pressure on, like, New Jersey, because that's where we're from. I'm not gonna say, oh, New Jersey dropped the ball completely, because I feel like FIFA was dropping things on them last minute, and there were certain things that were agreed upon with the previous administration and that were kind of handed over to this current administration for New Jersey. It's just like the movement of things is like, did y'all not ask questions? Like, why is everything being found out so late? And it's like, y'all telling people so late to the point where they can't change things. Like, if I already booked my ticket to come to FIFA World Cup in New Jersey in like October, y'all telling me all this information, well, it's dang near close to June, I can't change nothing,
1,000%. So this week, New York Attorney General Letitia James and New Jersey Attorney General have subpoenaed FIFA over the organization's ticketing practices, right, ahead of the 2026 World Cup. Fans have reported, right, like this subpoena comes after fans have reported paying for Category 1 seats, which are supposed to be closer to the field, but instead, once they actually receive the tickets and are able to see where this ticket is, they're getting Category 2 sections that are farther away. Okay, so imagine you pay to be front row and they send you the ticket and you in the back. And y'all know how we've discussed the ticket prices. If I drop a bag, baby, I'm trying to be in the front with the players. Okay. So whatever. That's the first point, right? This is also the first time that FIFA has rolled out dynamic pricing, which allows ticket prices to increase based on demand. And many fans feel the prices have gotten out of control. That's the second point, right? Keep in mind, these are things that y'all already knew this. Like, when did FIFA World Cup tickets come out? I'm pretty sure they came out probably like a
I
year
think they
ago.
like no, I think no, the tickets, like the conversation regarding ticket prices was like dropping for like a minute. So I feel like it started like literally this year, like January. I feel like, don't quote me, but I feel like it's just started dropping.
Okay. And then another major issue that this subpoena aims to kind of solve or shine a light on is that some people are calling false demand hype, right? The FIFA president is like, oh baby, we sold out these tickets, everybody's gonna be there, yada yada yada. And it's like people are checking the stadiums and seats seem to be very much open. Why? We go back to the ticket pricing, honey. So FIFA claims many matches are nearly sold out. but fans online say there still appeared to be a large section of available seats. And like I mentioned before I even got into this, the big question is what happens next? Like the games begin June 11th. So many people feel, including me, I'm like, this investigation subpoena is happening too late for any major changes to actually be made. If we know anything about the legal system, is that they take their sweet time, honey. Like you can't just put in a subpoena and then like in 2 weeks, none of this is going to be resolved. So to Rebecca's point, I feel like, okay, great. But I'm happy that you're doing this now, but the game's already started, basically. So what, like my money was already spent when I arrived to the New York, New Jersey stadium. I want to be in my category 1 seat. You know what? Like, what is the end goal with this for the
and
next?
It's already going to be a hassle to get to the game. So it's like on top of that, I'm already stressed on how I'm going to get there, the traffic, everything else on top of that. And then I get there and the seat that I paid thousands, like we're not talking about, they dropped a $500 bill. Tickets have like gotten to 2,000, 14,000. Like that's how much people are spending, like thousands of dollars on tickets for the specific seat. And then you gonna tell me my seat in the back, baby?
I promise you, if I drop, I'm gonna say minimum $1,500. I don't care what nobody says. I pay for category 1. We all gonna be huddled in the category 1 section seat or not. I pay for this. I'm not trying to be up there with y'all. No shade. And it's not about like the sitting thing. If I paid my money, I'm not trying to be up there. I paid to be down here. And I know that's going to cause a ruckus because I've been to concert tickets where people try to like, finesse the system. They'll like screenshot Ticketmaster. And now with all the editing services that are available, they'll try to change the seat number to, if am I going in too deep? The more of the story is people try to scam the system. And they're like, they check online and see the empty seats. And then they make sure they switch out the tickets. And then fast forward, people buy those last minute tickets and they're like, oh, that's actually my seat. And you guys know, you get your little, the person that works there and they're like, they're in my seat. So I can only imagine the amount of arguments and fights that are going to happen if they don't fix this situation, because I'm not trying to hear nothing. Okay. If I bought category 1, I will be sitting in my category 1 seat, whether you like it or not. Point blank.
Right.
Period.
I'm like, brokey, get up.
And it's not even broken because I'm sure they also pay. Maybe they paid for the category 0, honey. They supposed to be on the field, and instead they got the first row seats. And on top of that, like Rebecca mentioned, then you have to spend $105 just to get from New York to Jersey.
They brought it down to $95, I think, or $90.
Okay, so hopefully by the time June 11th roll up, they push it to 80. It's just so annoying.
Like I said, I just feel like the way that the host states and FIFA have been moving, though, it's like, did y'all remember that the World Cup was happening? Like, it's like there's just so many continuous moving parts every single day. Like we talked about NJ transit prices being from $150 to $105, and now it's in the 90s. Like we're talking about people looking up, putting in the GPS. They're going to put MetLife, and the whole thing's not even MetLife. They calling it New York, New Jersey. Then you got places like Philly who are hosting the games mainly for like Haiti and stuff like that, where they're saying they're doing free transportation. It's just like, it's just always something. And then also Mandani, he was able to secure like lower ticket prices for the games and stuff like that for New York. But then New Jersey is like, hold up, like why can't we get that same type of accommodation? Like what is going on? I just don't understand.
Correct. So like Rebecca said, so Mamdani was able to secure $50 seats and free round trip buses to World Cup games available exclusively for New York City residents. So I'm just like, in what world? Like, where's Mikey Sherrill at? Why? You know what I mean? We are the host city, regardless of us being second in the stadium name. How they got that plug before we did? And it could also just be a representation of our leaders. But if Mamdani was able to secure whatever it is, I'm sure you have to sign up and it's a lottery system. Great, fine, dandy. we need to be on that lottery system too, and we need to be like, I feel like that's common sense. To Rebecca's point, like, did you guys forget that we were the hosting cities? There's so much construction still happening, and I feel like construction didn't start until like a month ago. Didn't we knew we was gonna be hosting? What is happening?
And I told Shayla, because Shayla lives like in North Jersey, where most of this stuff is going to be happening. I told Shayla, like, unfortunately, you're not going to see me during that time. I'm sorry, I can't deal with that. And like, I know that they're trying to incorporate some things to happen in like Central Jersey. Like, they're having certain restaurants host different events and make certain things here, like have training facilities near the area for some of the soccer teams. I said, listen, keep like, at this point, since y'all deriding from New York so bad, take them to Madison Square Garden to practice. Like, I don't even know.
Where they gonna practice?
I don't know. Because at this point, I'm over it. I'm over it.
And also I work in the city, so I commute 3 days a week into the city. And we've already gotten notices, like, if your job allows you to, you will be able to work from home on game days. And that's been beneficial. But there are also a lot of people that they can't work from home, right? They don't have that luxury. And life doesn't stop for New York and Jersey residents. We still got to go to work. We still got to do the things that we need to do. I just hate, you guys know, I'm very prideful when it comes to Jersey. I feel like for other countries, we look a mess. Like, we look like we was never ready. And I hate that as a type A person that thrives off of structure and pre-preparation and pre-planning. I think the pre was missed. There was no pre for nothing. They said, oh, they like checked their checklist 2 months before and said, oh yeah, we are hosting this event. Let us,
like, literally they sat during the meeting and they were like, oh yeah, we got FIFA coming up. It, like, that's literally what it's giving. And I'm just like, it's annoying for us, one, because I just feel like, granted, I know that they're doing everything they can to make sure it doesn't fall on the residents' backs. And I appreciate that, because I personally, I'm not going to participate in nothing FIFA unless I have to for work, I
thought you were going to support Haiti.
Of course, from my house.
So if you get a ticket, you're not pulling up?
Oh, if they give me a ticket, baby, I just might. But that sounds like one.
You'll be in there talking about something. Might.
Like, I don't even like to quote Stephen A. Smith, but like he said, it's fluid. Like, my statement, Rebecca, is fluid.
If they give you a ticket, you will be right on that traffic all the way from Central Jersey. Okay, so it's not fluid; it's solid.
But technically, Haiti's going to be playing in Philly, so the to get to Philly, I feel like they way more prepared than Jersey is right now.
No,
because they're offering free transportation.
Okay, you're right. Anyways, comment down below how you feel. Do you have a ticket? Honestly, I want to talk to the people that are gonna be in the building. Do you have a ticket? Did you get Did you spend for category 1 but get sent to category 2, 3, 4? Let us know in the comments. But now we are going to move over to our social corner.
Yes, let's get into it. Yes, guys, welcome to our social corner, where we talk about some of the things we've seen trending on social media, whether that be Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, anything we see, we kind of want to talk about it, right? And y'all, we have a heavy social corner for you guys. So let's get straight into it. Shayla, what is our first topic?
Yeah, so the first topic, I have seen these Dunkin buckets for a while now, right? These are the buckets right here. Buckets, okay?
That's egregious. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That is like gargantuan, I think is the word. Like, that's
it's big back.
And it's one straw?
Well, yes. So Dunkin had dropped this, right? But it was very limited, like only certain states had it. But over Memorial Day weekend, Dunkin dropped nationwide their 48-ounce coffee buckets. And they were available, like I mentioned, nationwide over Memorial Day weekend, but with a catch, right? Only 25 were sold at each store. Customers were able to buy the 48-ounce bucket filled with Dunkin's iced coffee or refreshers for $12.99.
I'm not going to hold you. A refresher with some Hennessy?
Of course you would think that. But I'm just here for the price. The $12.99, that's kind of a steal, right? don't drink this in one sitting. That's extremely big bag. But what I would do, right? If I mean, now you cannot get it, but I was seeing everybody that, the people that were able to secure a bucket, they were doing their social media videos and it was all over my feed. What I would do, I would ask it with no ice, because I feel like once the ice melts, you really can't save that. At least for me,
Yeah.
I'm not saving that. So I would get no ice, and then I would just secure it in the fridge, and I would just drink it for however long it takes me, a month or two. But if you're drinking this in a sitting, I don't know how to tell you this, but that's big bag. And I'm
Ex-
sorry if that's mean,
Egregious.
but baby, please, we already have a problem that's not safe for you. But shout out to Dunkin' though, because America does run on Dunkin', and for $13 you can save yourself a coin, because now some coffees, one little medium cup, be like $4 or $5. For 13 you get this 48 ounce, no ice. Yeah, they definitely knew what they were doing though with the 25 per limit, because they was gonna go out of business like Red Lobster if they try to do unlimited. Baby, this is a cute little thing for, to get the social media people talking about Dunkin', but then let's put a
But
cap
also,
on
I
that.
think I had went to Dunkin' yesterday because, girl, I
Mhm.
was ripping and running yesterday, and I saw that they had all these different refreshers. And if you guys know, Rebecca is a lemonade junkie. That's like, I don't even drink juice, but a lemonade gonna get you, girl. I love a good lemonade. I love like the citrus. Yeah, real good, real scrum, right? And so I saw they had a pineapple mango limeade. So I said, oh, mind you, I usually own when I go to Dunkin', I usually always just get my iced green tea, light ice, no sugar, right? They used to have lemon, but they discontinued that. But I don't know how they got all the lemonades, but whatever. The people be doing me dirty when it comes to the lemon, Shayla. You know that.
Yes, we went to a restaurant. They said, "Oh, girl, we have no lemons." They pull up with a plate for the entree with a lemon piece. Maybe don't put it on the entree. Put it on the drink.
Okay, I was sick, but yeah, I tasted the drink. No, don't get me wrong, the drink was cool, but I think that was like the point of a refresher. It's not supposed to be overly sweet; it's supposed to just quench a little bit. It was cool, but I would definitely get it if I was to ever get it again. I would get it with no ice, but a little liquor. Yeah, we would have had us a nice little time. A little sip here, a little sip there.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like was I think Dunkin' is trying to, first of all, they used to be called Dunkin' Donuts, but then they rebranded because they don't want it to just be known for donuts. If Dunkin' is more broad. And they are trying new things on the menu. I feel like I already phased out of my Dunkin' phase when it was college season, baby. The caramel latte, hated to see me come in. Little bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant. Hate to see me come in. It's
No,
kind of an addiction. I don't know what they
no,
put in that.
honestly, I get that. I used to like Shayla's always a coffee drinker. Me, I was never really a coffee drinker because growing up, I was drinking coffee at the age of 5. Like I was drinking me a Bustelo with some with some milk and Haitian bread. If the Haitians know, if you know, you know. But no, but then college came and I wanted to be like a cool kid on the block, and I would always get me a caramel craze, like extra sweet, extra caramel, extra milk. And I was like busting down on
Diabetes central.
girl, lactose and diabetes. The hospital was calling my name. Like it was bad. But no, I listen, they're gonna do what they gotta do to move with the times. Remember when we were talking about this with Spirit Airlines? I was like, Spirit Airlines did not market themselves effectively and good enough against controversy, to keep them somewhat in business, in my opinion. But I feel like Dunkin' is doing all these different things. It has us talking. I mean, they have a whole segment in the show right now. Congratulations to them. But yeah, listen, as a business, your business model can't always stay the same. Like even Burger
Yeah.
King, they like got rid of the king and they're telling you you're the real royalty. They're trying to you're gonna change. You gotta change with the times.
Yeah. And I think it was also a very smart move, just simply because of the free social promo that they're getting. I don't think Dunkin' really needs promo. Like at this point, they're the top coffee, I don't know if conglomerate is the right word, but like they're big. They don't really need the promo. But just to make sure the girlies know we still here and we still on top, they did their big one. I'm
Yeah.
sure this will not be a long-term thing, and they'll probably wrap it up once the the social wave or plain
Yes,
man.
to stay a point of conversation for sure. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of a little excited to talk about this because this is just so interesting to me because I've had conversations with friends who do fall underneath this. So Young MA was recently on the Shannon Sharp podcast Club Shay, and a question regarding her dating has gone viral. So while answering a question about dating, Shannon Sharp inquired if she flips women after dating them, which she answered no, she only dates straight women, arguing that the women she dates aren't fully gay after dating her. So here is the clip.
Because most women I've dated was straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You flipped them?
I mean, I wouldn't say flip. See, that, a lot of people get that misconstrued.
Okay, help me out.
Women that I end up dating don't mean they just gay now.
Right.
No, they still like men. They just have they just attracted to me.
Okay.
And that's it. And after me, they move back on to men.
Damn.
That's it.
She thinks she bigger than the program. No shade. Or they're just bi. Like they're bi.
See, my thing is, listen, I get it. When it comes to this conversation, it's like definitely giving.
Quick?
Go ahead.
Full disclosure, we are two straight women. So this is from a straight woman perspective. I know it may be different. You know, not I know. No, well, yes, I know. When you're a part of the community, you are way more informed into these topics. So this is coming from straight woman perspective. I just want to say that. Go ahead.
No, honestly. Also, if you hear lawn mowing, this is a weekly occurrence.
This is the lawn mowing community over there.
Okay. These people keep their lawn fresh. Okay. Fresher than a $20 bill out the bank. Okay. So so when I saw this, I've had conversations with friends in the past. Like Shayla and I mentioned, we are straight, but we are also allies, right? I'm an advocate for everybody. Loving who you love, do what you want to do, bust down on what you're going to bust down on. Because at the end of the day, it's not me busting down on you. So I honestly don't care, right? So I just think when I've had conversations with friends who do say like, oh, like I'm like, oh, so you're technically bi, like, you know, because as a society, we try to put labels to stuff. Like, where do you fall in this category? I don't know why, but as a society, we just do it, right? And so when I've had conversations with friends who have dated girls, I'm like, oh, so you're bi? They're like, no, I like what I like. And I'm like, so what does that mean? You know, kind of thing. And it's just like, I get what she's saying. Like, there's some girls who you see where you're like, you know, when people are like, oh, what's a celebrity girl? Like, if you could just have one day with, you would do this. And like, people are like Rihanna. That doesn't mean you're into them. Like, you're into girls, but Rihanna would be somebody that you choose. So I get what she's saying.
Okay, but spending a night with someone versus dating, I think is different.
I mean, but is it really different? Like, my type is 1000% black men, right? Black men.
You think that's your type?
Huh?
You think that's your type?
No. That's my type. I like them dark skin. I try not to like them light skin, but hey, life be happening. But I like them black.
Okay.
One type I have never gone for is a white man. But if I happen to date a white man, I like that white man. I'm not saying I like them all. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think I understand what you're saying. Like, society does try to force labels onto things, but I just feel it sure, right? You could just be nothing. But I think if you are saying, oh, they're just, so were they just bi for that one quick moment, or were they lesbian for that one quick stint, and then now all of a sudden you're just, oh, I don't like no girls at all. I think that sounds real contradicting. Like, okay, young and May, you are that girl, but it's like, oh, she only like girls for me, and then she don't like no more girls ever. I also think when it comes to sexuality, like it's an attraction type of thing. And so, but
like you could be, my thing is, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could be attracted to young MA, but you're not gonna walk around seeing females and be like, I like that, like those females. Like, I'm the type person, I appreciate all types of people. I appreciate a fine man. I appreciate a fine woman. I would most likely be more gravitating to, well, not most likely, I'm more gravitated to the men. But if a girl got a fat booty, I'm like, yes, sis, go ahead.
Right, but it's different to like gas a woman up versus like attraction. I think if you are attracted to a woman, okay, let's say a girl is just attracted to young MA, right? I'm straight and I only like young MA. What if young MA got a real similar twin? She gonna like the young MA 2.0.
It's the vibes you give me. Like, that's what I'm saying. A girl who's straight could not like coochie, but she like that coochie. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think this also just proves why labels are sometimes just not necessary because things can be messy and it's like gray areas here. But I think just came off like, oh no, I'm not flipping. I'm not. If someone dates me, that doesn't mean that they're bi or lesbian because I am the only person they would date. I think it's just like, well, no, I don't think that's a fact. But then again, I don't know.
That makes this conversation very interesting because we're talking about it in terms of girls, right? And I feel like when it comes to the conversation of sexuality, it's very fluid and more like, I guess, acceptable in the response, like, oh, like a girl's gay, this, that, and the third. But if a man has said, oh, no, I only tried that man, the society gonna automatically label him as gay. Like, it's not even gonna be like,
1,000%. Men are held to a way different standard when it comes to sexuality and being bi and whatever. I think they're definitely shunned way more for being public about it. You know, I don't know if we just talked about this like on the phone, but it kind of, what was that person that they were dating
Tank?
a woman?
Oh wait, no, was it Tank or was it?
I don't know, but I think like the last 2 episodes or the last episode, we discussed how after a girl stopped dating this man, she revealed how she was like pegging her man, and that was the whole
Boston Richie. But like, also he just apparently his new girlfriend just graduated high school.
Girl,
like 2 weeks ago.
High school,
like I'm talking like
before college.
Yeah, not a degree, a diploma.
That is absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, comment down below. I definitely want to hear from people that are a part of the, LGBTQ plus community. Let's say you are, you're dating somebody and they're like, oh, well, I'm actually not bi or not lesbian, but I'm only attracted to you. Would you feel some type of way? Or like, I think also when you're dating, right, is like, I don't know. Comment down below. I think
I wouldn't feel some type of way if, let's say, like I just like, was more open to like women and stuff like that. If a girl walked up to me and was like, oh, I'm not attracted to women, I'm attracted to you, I'd be like, yes, period. But if a man walked up to me and said, oh, I'm not usually attracted to big girls, but I'm attracted to you, that's a different.
No. But what if they say, I'm usually not attracted to women, but I do like you? How would you feel about that?
I mean, I've had women come to me and be like, oh, I like you.
No, I'm talking about men. A man comes up to you and says, oh, I'm usually not attracted to women, but I like you.
Like, you mean like he been busting down on dudes the whole time?
He's saying, I'm only straight for you, which is what youngma is saying.
I think I would more question myself, like, what personality am I giving that makes you attracted to me? I don't know.
You're just that girl.
I'm like, maybe I am that girl. But I just think also for me, I'd be like, I 1,000% get it. I see the material. I get it. You want to put on this cashmere. I get it. But for the sanctity of my own heart, I don't want to be that person for you. You're just attracted to me and I'm just the only person you're attracted to. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't feel comfortable with it.
You see what I'm saying? The gray lines, blue lines, all the lines.
I know. Life is about
over to another real messy topic.
Girl, this one's labeled as messy for real, y'all. And I can't wait to get into it because when I was editing the clip together, my heart was palpitating. Like, I just couldn't be in this, okay? So Gayle King's ex-husband, William Bumpus, I believe that's how you pronounce it, Bumpus, publicly apologized after Gayle recently shared the story of discovering his affair with one of her friends during an appearance on the Call Her Daddy's podcast. Well, the Call Her Daddy podcast. William said that he was deeply sorry for the pain his actions caused Gayle, their children, and their family nearly 40 years ago. He acknowledged full responsibility for the affair. You had no other choice, but okay. Noting that he had previously apologized publicly in 2016 and still stands by those remarks. He also said Gayle has every right to tell her story and emphasized that they have maintained a positive relationship through successful co-parenting, right? So during the podcast interview with Alex Cooper, Gayle recalled returning home unexpectedly after a canceled flight and finding William with one of her friends. She said that she was so focused on protecting her young children from the situation and later attempted to reconcile with him before ultimately ending their marriage in 1993. In his statement, he praised Gayle for supporting him through law school, raising their children, and remaining an important part of his life. He said that he continues to admire her success and is focused on being a better person, father, and grandfather. The two were married from 1982 to 1993 and shared 2 children together, right? So I just wanted to show you, I'm not going to read his apology, but just so y'all don't think we're lying, this was his apology that he ended up telling to TMZ, where he basically, you know, put into more details, everything. But let me show y'all the clip. Now, again, this was a whole interview. The whole interview on the Call Her Daddy podcast was not about her cheating. This was just one of the parts of the conversation. And like, there was more to it, but I just spliced the relevant details that I felt like would get y'all more of the details for the story that we're talking about. Okay,
wait. Can you take me to that day? Like, how did you walk in on
Well,
that?
this was back in the day when you would go. I used to drive myself to the airport then, Alex.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did, Miss Gayle King.
Before Uber and Lyft and when you call it a car service. But I drove myself to the airport and the airline would call you to say, listen, your flight has been canceled, but you can if you get on the next one, you can get out of there. So I was in DC and, you know, Kirby and Will were little. They were like 2 and 3 at the time. So, you know, I said, guys, we got to hurry, go. I'd driven myself to the airport. So I didn't even have time to call and say, look, the flight was da-da-da-da-da. I'm coming home. I didn't have time to do anything. We got to the airport, got in the car, came home. And the alarm was set, which I thought, that's strange because you're in here by yourself. You're a big ass, grown ass man. He never sets the alarm. And next thing I know, he comes flying out of the room and he's got a towel on. He goes, you can't come in. What do you mean I can't come in? What are you talking about? He goes, you can't come here. Come in. Someone's here. I go, someone like who? There's nobody here. I mean, I was so oblivious. There's nobody here. Get out of the way, Billy. There's nobody here. He goes, really, you can't come in. And so I start searching the house because I didn't believe him. I get down and there they are, or there she is, cowering behind the door. In my towel, Alex, was a nice bath sheet. In my towel.
What did you say?
I said, I can't believe that you are here and that you are doing this. I can't believe that you are doing this.
She was your friend.
Yes. And I even said, I thought we were friends. It sounded so pitiful. I thought we were friends.
And so your kids were in the house. How did you manage?
Well, I had a nanny. She was from Jamaica. And I did leave the kids outside because he was so adamant. They're little toddlers. So Verge is with the kids. And I said, Verge, take the children and go to the back room and shut the door. And she said, what is it? What is it, Mom? What is it? I said, so-and-so is here. Let's give her a nice name. What's a good name?
Casey.
Yeah, Casey is here. And so she goes, and I said, and they're naked. Now, Verge is an old Jamaican woman. She goes, Lord of his mercy, Mom. Lord of his mercy. Lord of his mercy. Oh, Mom, she peed in your toilet, Mom. I go, Verge, I don't need that right now. Just take the kids and just go in the back room and shut the door. And she was married. And I said, I'm calling him, her husband. And he goes, don't call because they have a good marriage. They have a good marriage. The girls' pajama bottoms are in my bed. They have a good marriage. Don't call. Where does he think she is? He thinks that she's away at a conference or something. And so he said, please don't call. So he goes, I'm going to take her to the train station so her husband can pick her up so he won't know. So they left and went to the train station. I called Oprah. Oprah goes, wait, let me get this straight. He left you there alone and went with her?
Gayle.
I know your mouth is open. And she said, oh, girl, you don't even know how bad this is. And I'm going, yeah, but he said they had a good marriage.
That's when you're like, stupid. Oprah, I love having you as a friend, but let's pretend we're not in interview mode right now because that's a really good point, but I don't want to hear that right now. Oprah, you're like, oh, no, it is such a good point.
It was a good point.
It is a good point.
But at the time, I couldn't hear it, though, Alex. I swear to you, I couldn't hear it because I'm thinking, well, God, I don't want to mess up everybody's life. So she said, you don't even know how bad this is.
So you never called the husband?
No.
Did the husband ever find
didn't
out?
No, I called after talking to Oprah 2 hours later. The only person I told was Oprah, the only person. And then she said, well, fuck him, call her husband. I go, you think I should call? Yes, call. Now, by now, it's been 2 hours. So I call him and you know what he said? He said, she told me you would be calling. She said that you came home early, unexpected, and you drew the wrong conclusion. And she told me you would call and say that you thought they were having an affair. Masterful. Isn't that masterful?
Masterful.
So I'm expecting this call. So he said to me, and they were both doctors, psychologists, as another layer. He said to me, you are delusional and out of touch with reality, and I suggest you get some help. Well, then I said, okay, you think I should get some help? Does your wife have a pink satin pajama top? Does she have some green mint panties that go with that? And oh, by the way, give me a guy's name.
Richard.
By the way, Richard, there are semen stains in my bed. So am I delusional and out of touch with reality? And then I said, go fuck yourself. And I hung up the telephone. I know. Wasn't I strong?
It is, these men, every single episode we discuss how I'm trying to have a fresh outlook on men, and it's not all of them. But again, time and time and time and time, you are dating Gayle King. You got kids and they're home.
Girl, you said dating. Married,
yes. It's like nowadays, girl, we can't even get past the dating stage. So I'm stuck on. Go ahead, Rebecca.
When I tell you right now, like, y'all don't understand, like, my insides are like quivering because I'm irritated and mad. I know people are like, oh, why, like, da-da-da-da, because I'm thinking of myself in that predicament, right? And it's just like, first off, I'm using Shayla as an example because Shayla's the one sitting here, right? I could not imagine walking into my house and seeing Shayla in a towel that I purchased from my own house. And my man, my husband, the one I put my heart into, the one I allowed into my tubes to give out 2 kids, sleeping with said friend. I think when it comes to these situations, I would, like, God forbid this ever happens to me, but I would hope in that situation that I would hope, and I would hope the others involved would hope, that I care about my social status more than I care about the disrespect and betrayal. Because when I tell you, the anger in me would fracture the equator, the Earth's mantle.
Rebecca would be like Beyonce for Lemonade when she was with that bat. She got a bat in the car, so she just, I'll be right back.
It's
Break
like
all of this.
Girl, they would not be able to call Shayla yet to be like, Shayla, you need to get here to calm Rebecca. Nothing would calm me down. The only thing that would calm me down is a fish fry and a funeral. Like, that is like, those are like, I would have to take the charge. I would just have to. And then it's like, granted, they tried to reconcile their relationship and it ultimately ended up not working. But it's just like, I never understood that. And it's like, we hear conversations about this all the time about, oh, I caught my friend sleeping with my man and stuff like that. It's just like, I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me to do that to somebody. 1, I'm not attracted to none of my friends' men. 2, it's not in my character. And 3, if I know the problems my friend has gone through in a relationship, I don't understand how people could think a man who made my friend cry could be the one to bring me happiness. That could never happen.
Yeah, and I think it's also morals. Like, there's just so many men and women in this world, mind you, and it makes it worse. These are doctors, she said. They're psychologists. And it's like, now you're trying to play mind games with me. You know, I have 2 small children with this man. You're my best friend. So I'm probably like talking to you about my relationship already. And you didn't have the decency to at least not do it in my home, in my bed, in my bed sheet, with my towels. Like, it's just all the layers of wrongness are here. And it's just so disrespectful and disgusting. And then the fact that the husband, right? My mom has always said you never get involved in, people's relationship, because then they get back and then you look bad. But it's like, I feel like I would have no choice but to call the husband to let them know. But then the husband trying to act like I'm crazy.
Gaslight me too. Everybody gaslighting me.
Honestly, that's what would make me extra mad, because now you're trying to gaslight me. I saw your wife in my bed with my sheets with my man and his sperm. What are you talking about? Maybe you need to sit on that woman's couch.
Maybe y'all both need to go sit on the board's couch and figure out why they even allow both of y'all to even get licenses.
Right.
That's the main
common sense. You don't. Not only should you not cheat, but then especially if you're gonna cheat, try to find someone that I don't even know. You know what I mean? It's so disgusting. And then the husband talking about, I gotta work on myself. I feel like cheating, which we're gonna talk about when we move over to Khloé and Tristan, but like, cheating should not, like, I think people are trying to bend over backwards to kind of put a blanket as to why people cheat. It should not be, like, I don't even know how to express what I mean, but it's like people make it seem like, oh, I've got to work on myself to not cheat. I think it's common sense. If you like somebody, you don't cheat on them. If you don't want to be with them, tell them, break up the relationship, and then you are free to go F or be with whoever you want to be, especially if we have kids. Because now, not only am I mad for me, but now we got 2 young children that I need to explain to. And honestly, I'm going to let you explain to them how you just cheated.
And I think when it comes
to the person that they probably thought was their aunt or something. Oh yeah, daddy is actually just sleeping with your aunt. Like, I'm sure they didn't say it like that.
No, like, and then there was one part, I think I cut it out, where Gayle talked about, like, the kids had heard her mention, like, the friend's name, and they're like, oh, is auntie whatever here? And she's like, no, because, like, they heard Gayle mention the lady's name, and she's like, she told the nanny, like, take the kids into the room. Like, I'm about to have to deal with this. And it's just like, she had enough foresight, I meant to say, she has enough foresight to be like, take the kids into the room. Because baby, I think my brain would just be like it would go so dark in my head, I would shut down. We talked about it earlier, Geminis, the 2 sides, the one side would have overtook my body. And like I said, and at that time, I think she was like an anchor or whatever like that. And it's just like, I would hope that my social status, my career status, my career goals would be enough to break through my mind to not wow out. Like, I will hope. And it's like the husband talk about don't break up a marriage. What are we talking about? Now, granted, on this podcast, I have said that one of my unpopular opinions is that I feel like someone can love you and still cheat. I believe you can definitely love someone, but still cheat. The problem is, I think so, because people, no. I think it is.
If I love you, Rebecca, I am going to try to do everything that I can to not make you mad or hurt you. If I know you don't like something, because I love you, I am not going to do said thing. And if you do it, then you don't care about me. I don't know.
Listen, some people, like, effed up people love people every single day, right? But everybody, like, just because you love me doesn't mean that you're not a shitty person, right? And I just think when it comes to the idea of cheating, there's morals, there's respect, and then this is the part that people always forget: consideration. Do you consider that person who you are with in your daily choices? Like, some people don't consider those type of stuff. That doesn't mean that you don't love me. It just means that you're lacking as an individual, and there's certain characteristics and certain things in your morals that you don't uphold. And
listen, to my future husband, if you cheat on me, you don't love me. I don't want to hear nothing about how you try to bend over backwards and try to break down bullet points, slideshows. I don't care. If you cheat on me, I don't care if I'm going to bed crying for the next 3 months. You don't love me. And also, I'm going to keep bringing it up, right? And like, to Gayle King's point, the marriage is done. I value trust. And once that trust is broken, I'm going to keep thinking about it. And so I think it's just best to just break it up.
And I wanted to mention, like I said, we only showed you like a 5-minute snippet, but like, you know, she also talked about in the interview about like trying to reconcile the relationship. But it was like to the point where like she would be checking the car engine, putting her hand on the car to see if it's hot, like checking this, doing that. She didn't like the type of person that she was during that time. And it's just like, I feel like if we're going to move past something, if I'm unable to move past it, the relationship is already fractured, right? There's certain friends who I've loved to death, but they've done stuff to me where the friendship had to end and dissolve because I will not be able to get over that. And that's not healthy. And it's not going to be conducive for a prosperous relationship, right? And the whole situation's messed up. And also Gayle, TMZ asked, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say the last point also, not only do you cheat on me, I'm here with our 2 small children, then you leave with her? You try to back up her? I'm your wife. I got your 2 kids. What you mean you going to leave with her?
You going to take her to the airport? You taking her to the airport? I mean, the train station?
That, on top of every single thing, now you're trying to defend her. I'm your wife. What do you mean? I don't care about her and what she cheat. What? Huh?
Talk about you gonna take her to a train station so her husband can pick her up. My husband, you are my husband.
Baby, I'm pushing her outside. She'll figure it out the same way she figured out how to F my husband. She'll figure out how to get home.
Baby, you don't even gotta worry about transportation. The ambulance gonna be here in 10 to pick her up.
No, I'll escort her out safely.
Okay.
With her little green panties and silk top. Go out, figure out her way home.
No, literally. And the last thing I wanted to mention is that TMZ did ask her about the apology. And she basically was like, you know, I'm glad he like, you know, said whatever he said or whatever like that. It was like, you know, she was just basically acknowledging that the apology happened. Granted, this did happen from, I believe their marriage was from 1982 to 1993. And we're in 2026. So I'm sure she said, she's over it and stuff like that. But it's just like, to me, it's just the sanctity of marriage. Now, granted, we know people who don't even have social status who are doing their partners way worse. Like, we've heard stories. Shayla and I know people, right, who have gone through those circumstances. But my reaction is always the same because at the end of the day, I always try to put myself in certain people's predicaments. I don't want to do people how I wouldn't want to be done. Right. So I want to sleep with my friend's man if I know I wouldn't want my friend to sleep with mine. Like, it's just, but that's just me, right? So the next thing we are going to talk about, honey, Kim Kardashian and Tristan Thompson. I know every time we mention these two's name, it's never for, oh my God, they're both successful, beautiful people. It's always about some BS, in my opinion, right? So on the latest episode of Khloé in Wonderland, Khloé Kardashian revealed that her embryos she created with ex-boyfriend Tristan Thompson are now legally hers after Tristan Thompson signed over his rights to them. The former couple, who shares a daughter, True, and a son, Tatum, discussed their co-parenting relationship and the close-knit family environment their children share with their cousins. During a lighthearted conversation, Tristan Thompson jokingly suggested that they have another child together, prompting Khloé to remind him that she still has embryos and that she legally owns them. The episode also touched on Tristan Thompson's vasectomy, and Khloé revealed that she strongly encouraged him to undergo the procedure, even giving him an ultimatum, right? So Tristan Thompson admitted that he was initially resistant, but ultimately agreed it was the right decision, saying he already has enough children and doesn't want any more baby mamas. The conversation highlighted the pair's current co-parenting dynamic, their family priorities, and the future of the embryos they created during their relationship. So I just wanted to play the clip for you guys before we give our commentary.
Do you want to have more kids in the future?
I think I signed off for 2 embryos, so I mean, if I do have more kids, it'd be coming from you. I already have enough baby mamas. I don't want no more.
Yeah, smart.
More than enough.
And who helped you fix that decision? That was me.
Yeah.
Tristan may have had a little ultimatum from me.
What? Getting neutered?
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta lay them nuts on the table.
What? Okay.
It's a podcast. You could say, you know.
You could say whatever you want.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Shout out our sponsors. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you have to make the right you know, sometimes we had a conversation.
Sometimes you have to get forced into the right decision.
Yeah. You know, I've been a little hard-headed at times, more times than not.
Yeah.
Which I wish I wasn't as stubborn, but I guess I am an experienced learner. I learn from experience, not as much as like being told, which is unfortunate, but it's part of life. It's part of the journey.
My God.
So it is what it is. But yeah.
So, no more kids for you.
No more kids unless it's coming from Khloé's embryos. Yes.
God.
How about 'em?
You did save sperm in case you wanted to do that.
So hold on. What do we have right now?
We saved sperm because I said, what if you get married and your wife doesn't have kids and you want to do that? So we did that because you could also reverse it, but
No, I'm not laying down on that table again.
okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. You were like up and walking.
Yeah, it's 15 minutes. It's quick. I tell guys it's very quick. I remember going home and watching the
I
NBA
wasn't
finals.
there. I just meant the next day I remember you took True to lunch.
Yeah.
That's all. So like you were
A couple of days later, we all watched the NBA finals together.
I don't remember.
Yeah. It was Milwaukee
Oh my
versus
gosh.
Phoenix. Game 2. My buddy. Pounded here.
Okay.
Why did that feel so awkward? It felt like tension. He definitely still wants her. And I honestly shout out to Khloé for bringing that man on and letting him showcase how much of a fool he is. You know what I mean? Like he was talking and I'm just like, you were attracted to that? I'm sure there's like a word for people who are attracted to smart people. And that's me. And when he was talking, I was just like, why does he sound? He was like, I'm a learned experience, or I learned from experience. What he say?
Yeah, he said he's stubborn that he has to learn from experience. I don't know how cheating multiple times and getting caught publicly multiple times is a learning experience before it becomes a choice. But
yeah, so I hope that Khloé Kardashian has learned, from all the things that she already went through with this man. Clearly, it still seems that it doesn't clock to him how what he did was wrong, or maybe it does, but it's too late now. He was just, I don't know, why you being weird to me? That's what it gave. And it felt like there was a lot of tension in between the both of them there. Like they trying to showcase like, oh no, we're just friends. We're not dating. Nothing is happening between us. But I don't know. It kind of gave like they still are a little bit given. Yes, they do share kids together. So obviously there's always going to be a relationship there. I think also she was asked he was asked, how would you feel if Khloé wasn't in a relationship? And he kind of was just like, oh, well, we'll just see. He was kind of like, she ain't gonna date nobody after me type vibe.
When I watched this, the first thing I said to myself was, I hope to never have a heart like Khloé's, because
she's so kind. She is truly kind.
Overly kind.
Forgiving.
Overly forgiving. Overly considerate. Like, baby, I'm telling you, future man, let me tell you this right now, future husband, future boyfriend, let me tell you, I'm not that. I'm not forgiving. I'm not the most considerate. I'm not even the most compassionate. You might think you're talking to a tennis ball sometimes, right? To me, it's just like, there's just so many ways I could go with this conversation, but I'm going to keep it simple and just say, purposely, I would not purposely go out of my way. Granted, I believe with the son Tatum that they had together, that was on purpose. I think they went through that, like the whole medical process to have him, even though I think their relationship was already contentious or whatever like that. But I'm not purposely going to go after and have a child with somebody who did me dirty so many times. Like, but publicly, like, that's just me though. Granted, I don't know what they could just decide to discard the embryos, or like they're like, oh, I want to have a child, this, that, and third. I don't know. But the another thing I want to talk about is the fact that she talks about giving him an ultimatum to get a vasectomy. So it's like, you not only did you know that your man wasn't nothing, right? He was below dirt. I don't even know what you call that, underneath the dirt. the core, the Earth's core. I don't know. Tectonic plates. Like, I don't know what it would be, right? But not only do you know that your man ain't worth nothing, but you're giving him an ultimatum to get a vasectomy. So if he does cheat again, there's no other kids brought into the situation. Like that's what it's sounding like to me. And it's just like, personally, everything I found out about the Kardashians has been against my will. I haven't searched for it. I haven't looked for it. I haven't asked for it. Like, they just giving it out. Just be giving it out, right? Just giving.
Well, they do have a reality show about their life.
Absolutely.
They're getting paid.
Right. But just give me this information. And then I just sit there and I'm like, she doesn't care if I think that she's stupid. She doesn't care that I think that Tristan is the worst thing for her. She doesn't care that we thought that Lamar was the worst thing for her, and she still was helping him out when he was going through his like drug spells and things like that. Like, they do not care. They're going to give you this information regardless. So regardless if I think she's stupid, regardless if I think she's dumb, regardless if I think that he's a piece of shit, it does not matter, because at the end of the day, she's going to do what she want to do.
Right. I mean, they make a living off of sharing their life. And also, I think, as we can see here, we have, I don't know if we would call it I guess it is a platform, but we get hate comments all the time. People have told us that we're dumb and we're this and we're that. So it really, literally does not even matter. People are going to talk ish regardless of what life decisions you choose, what your opinion is. People are always going to have something to say. But I do honestly, and I give her props for putting Tristan on her platform, because no, thank you. Especially knowing that he still hasn't had a come to Jesus moment. Like, he still is stuck. I don't know. He's stuck. I don't know what you perceive that however you want to. He just doesn't seem to understand what he did. And I also do feel a little bit bad because Khloé Kardashian has had zero luck with men. But I also, it's not just Khloé Kardashian specific, because again, I'm trying to put a new leaf. It's not all men. Yes, correct. Yes. But Khloé Kardashian has not had luck with men, because even with Lamar Odom, she gave that man chance and chance and chance. After every overdose, she was there. And then she had to literally go through the same thing with a different man. It's like, oh my God. So honestly, it's like, I complain about being chronically single, but at least I don't have kids. I'm not attached to anyone. I think
it's peaceful. Honestly, it's a little peaceful. It's a little lonely sometimes, but it's peaceful. Right. Like, wow, I don't got to report to nobody. I don't got to check the hood of a car to make sure it's warm. I don't got to sit there and be like, is he texting girls on Instagram? Is he texting girls? I don't got to worry about, is he still sleep with his baby mama? Like, I don't got to worry about none of that.
But on that note, comment down below, if you've been cheated on, what's your horror story or horror dating story? Because we do have a lot about those. I feel like we've talked about that in lots of episodes. So go watch a previous episode, because we've shared our horror dating stories. But now let us move over to our sports corner.
Yes.
You got 24 seconds and it's starting right now.
Hey, I had this set for the bottom of the show, but obviously I need to talk about this right now because y'all, my Knicks are in the finals. Like, we just waiting there right now. And Shayla was trying to keep me humble last episode. Oh, like, wait to the I thought the Cavaliers was going to give us something, some type of competition. But baby, competition never came. Okay. My Knicks are currently in the finals. They are waiting to see who's going to be the winner of the San Antonio Spurs and the OKC Thunder. And yesterday's game, first off, game 5 with Wemby, I was like, this is not the Wemby I'm used to seeing. I'm like, he just looks like a shell of himself, And, Stephon Castle, he was hitting his shots. He was doing what he does, Go ahead, go him, right? But it was just, the team just didn't look like the Spurs that I'm used to seeing. So everybody was kind of excited to see what is Wemby going to do in game 6, because one thing about it, Wemby needs to have a great game if there's going to be any success for the team, because when he's great, that means the defense changes, and that makes more offensive opportunities for the rest of the people on the team. And yesterday's game, I said, wow, Wemby, first of all, Wemby came in a whole different attire. He cut his hair, shaved it all the way down. I said, oh, this man is in prime form. You know how the social media is. Somebody said he came came in looking like the last airbender. Die. Right, but I love that down. Like I said, I would like it to be my Knicks and the Spurs in the finals, and obviously I want my Knicks to win. And Shayla, be prepared, because if the Knicks win, Shayla, we outside. They're not ready for me. They're not ready for me. They're not ready for New York. Period. Like, at all. As much smack as I talk about New York, baby, that's the day y'all will be like, when I tell you rant free, y'all going to be in my eyes, y'all gonna be perfect. I'm gonna be there willingly, voluntarily. Send me there today, right? But yes, congratulations to my Knicks. Game 7 for the Spurs and the Thunder is going to be on Saturday, and we will officially see who is going to be the ones versing the New York Knicks in the finals. The finals officially start on June 3rd. So, baby, we got a lot. We just got a lot. We got a lot. And also, granted, if we're talking about a lot of mess about NJ Transit and everything like that. And it's important to note that if a game 6 does happen, that is going to collide directly with the times of FIFA World Cup. So that's going to be a conversation that we might have possibly in the future. I just want to put that on y'all radars now. And I've been seeing on social media, all the people who talk about they moved out of New York. If the Knicks win the finals, they got to come back home. So, baby, New York about to be bustling and hustling. Newark Airport about to be something different.
Right. The transportation system better lock in.
Shut down. The streets going to look like when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. It's going to be worse than that. But the next thing we are going to talk about, I forgot. Oh, yeah. NBA. We talked last week about AI and how AI is consistently being used, and we're seeing all this different stuff. And now the NBA is talking about how they're going to be implementing an AI system. So NBA Commissioner Adam Silver says that the league plans to soon introduce an AI-powered camera system to automatically make objective calls, such as determining which team touched the ball last before it goes out of bounds. The technology would function similarly to tennis's Hawkeye system, using cameras positioned around the court to instantly rule possessions without the need for replay reviews or coaches' challenge. Adam Silver said that the change is expected to happen fairly quickly, though he did not provide a specific timeline. The goal is to speed up games, reduce disputes, and improve officiating accuracy. Ooh, I said accuracy. Who's that? Accuracy by removing clear-cut decisions from referees' responsibilities. However, officials will still be needed to make judgment calls involving physical contact and fouls, which Adam Silver said cannot be determined solely by cameras or AI. The NBA has already expanded its use of artificial intelligence into areas such as officiating support, player tracking, broadcasting, and coaching analytics, with automated out-of-bounds rulings representing the league's next major step to integrating AI into the system. I just wanted to show y'all the clip.
How about the flopping? Flopping. Big conversation, Mr. Commissioner.
So, yeah, it's been a conversation. I would only say that there's a difference between selling a call, exaggeration, and a true flop, which is where you're actually fooling the referees. I think sometimes, even as I sit in the stands at games, players may be falling down, players may be reacting to a call, but then to me, if they're not fooling the referees, it's like, okay, that's like the players are taught to sell calls these days. I mean, can officiating get bad? Can officiating get better? Of course. We're always working on that. Can officials get fooled occasionally? We're always looking at that as well. But the officiating is incredible. I will also add one other piece to it, because I know there's always controversy around certain calls. There's one you were talking about on your show earlier today. And I think in terms of replay, I think we're going to get to the point fairly quickly where, for example, out of bounds, the very play that you were talking about.
Chet Holmgren's foot, it's a big deal.
Yeah. And I think where, just like, if you're a tennis fan and they have what they call Hawkeye, and it's like the animation, and you quickly see, where the line was and the oohs and ahs of the crowd, it touched the line or it was out of bounds. We're going to move to a system like that, where that whole category of calls will be automatic, where, it's going to be, Laker ball, Nick ball, whatever it is, Thunderball, those calls will be done by an AI automated system with cameras lined around the court, and it'll take all of those so-called objective calls out of the hands of the referees. It'll be instantaneous, it'll be automatic. Just play on, let's go, Spurs inbound, and you'll move on. You won't have to deal with challenges on those calls, but it will also now allow the officials on the more difficult subjective calls to give their full attention to those where, because there's often contact on every play, it doesn't mean there's a foul, and they're trying to measure sort of whether that contact is impeding the player, how hard that contact is. It's something that can't just be done on camera. They're actually feeling the contact because they're there on the floor with the players. So anyway, I think there is a technology will really be helpful here.
Yeah. So when I first heard this, honestly, I'm kind of like indifferent in this aspect. I just feel like we consistently see, especially like officiating is always a complaint with people when it comes to sports, especially basketball. People are always like, how did the refs miss that? How did they do this? And how did they do that? And then the coaches have to sit there and look to the back of the team to see, do you think that's worthy of challenging? And then if you get that challenge correct, you get another challenge. I think, yes, this could help, but I'm not surprised that it's happening. I feel like as a society, we're implementing AI into almost every single thing. So the fact that it's being incorporated into sports does not surprise me. I just don't see how efficient that's going to be. I feel like some plays that especially we've seen in the playoffs, a lot of things that have been determined wasn't based off out of bounds plays. It's been based off of, was that considered a foul, yes or no? And we're still being held to the judgment of the official. That's where I think for me, so like, great, they're using AI, great. But there's certain calls that they're making where I'm like, that was not a foul. And in the rule book, like, y'all can't tell me that that's a foul. Like, that's where I land on the thing.
Yeah, I also think the main issue continues to be the fouling aspect. Like they mentioned, similar to tennis, they do that. When I've watched some tennis tournaments, you see that they like put full screen the video of like where the ball hit, and to show the viewers at home and also the players, before they can even open their mouth, the AI little footage is already like, this is what it is. So yeah, it might save a cute little 5 seconds than normal, but I think the bigger issue remains the fouling. And like Adam Silver said, these players are taught how to flop, like how to sell, well, not how to flop, but how to sell a foul, which in turn turns into flopping. And so I think that's the bigger issue. Do we have to change the rule book as to like what makes a foul? And then at the end of the day, like, it is humans that are the ones that are watching out for these things. They're running to this. So I think it's inevitable that some fouls are not going to be called and people are going to complain about it. I think that's what we need to find a better fix for. How do we reduce the amount of calls that happen and also the calls that are missed? And also Adam Silver needs to focus on making the game more affordable for all. That's what I want. I want to go to an NBA game, and I also want to not have to have 5 different services to watch a game. That's what I care about.
They have put out the estimated cost for what it's going to look like to get a ticket for the playoffs at Madison Square Garden. And baby, that's 2 months of rent.
No, thank you. So that's where my priority lies. Okay, cute. You're adding AI for out of bound calls. Great. But how can I make it to a game ever in my life? Please. Thank you so much.
I would love that. Thank you, Buki. But that is all for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have any comments on anything we've discussed or talked about, please let us know in the comments. We really do love to hear from y'all. Granted, I do see them, even though Shayla be the one mainly responding, but that's because she's just nicer than me, right? So we do appreciate y'all. For me, I would love if you guys commented a basketball because my New York Knicks made it.
Yes. And for me, maybe a sun, a rock, something that connects to my Arizona trip. Thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms at toomuchsb. And on that note, we will see you guys next Friday. Bye.
Bye.